Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So it's about 4:15, August 12th, Tuesday. This one says 75 degrees, that one says 74 degrees. That says my batteries aren't fully charged. And 23.5 Celsius. So what am I up to today? They predicted all kinds of rain and flooding and 2 to 3 inches worth of rain and all this other stuff, and you know, I should know better than to watch the weather report. I had the garage all taken apart and I wasn't going to get everything done. I was afraid of it raining last night, like the weather report said it was going to. So I kind of jammed everything in there, and here it is 4 o'clock and the rain is just barely starting. You know, the problem with the Weather Channel and all these other things, what they've done is they've invested all this money. Like the Weather Channel now has this morning show, and to get ratings, you don't get ratings by saying that the weather's going to be okay. You get your ratings by saying, you know, there's going to be flooding and, you know, stay tuned and all this other stuff. And then you get to play all kinds of commercials that we got to all watch. But anyway, my rant about the weather person. You can see I went through the trouble of, you know, covering stuff up, right? This John Deere, I want to do good things with it, so the last thing I wanted to do is turn into a piece of crap from the rain and so forth. We'll see down in the driveway. Right, the China diesel there is covered up. The important stuff there is covered up. I even covered up the Mojave, so even covered the bucket up so it doesn't fill up with water. So anyway, and it just barely started to rain, so I probably could have finished up this mess in the meantime. Given that it was going to rain all day, I figured I'd run out this morning and hit some of my favorite hoarding haunts. Not that I need to bring home any more stuff, but I always have my eyes out looking for some cool stuff. And I found these things. I bought 2 of each. You got kind of a man and a hand. The place I deal with deals in surplus, and they have a small manufacturer here somewhere in the Hudson Valley. I'm not sure where it is. And they make traffic signs. So anyway, I'm trying to do it in such a way, but you could see the man running there, and you could see the hand telling you to stop. These run on 120 volts, and I have these all cobbed together with that extension cord and so forth. Don't try this at home. By the way, it's really not smart to play with, you know, bare wires, metal gas tanks full of gasoline. Not so smart, but anyway, I just thought they were cool. So I got 2 of these hands. They're both, what is that? Probably right hands. Assuming that's the palm, they're both right hands. And the man running, so I got 2 of him also. They were $5 each. And this is where I'm kind of dumb, because I thought about it and I didn't do it. I should have bought all of them, right? I think on the hands, I think he had like 20 of those, and he didn't have too many of these, just maybe 5 or 6 more, maybe 4 more actually. But I should have bought them all, and then I should have put them on eBay. You know, starting bid of $10 on these. I don't know. Or starting bid of 15 or $20 on that, $10 on those, right? Make the whoever buys them pay for the postage, and then at the end of the deal, I could have made, you know, 100 or so, and then I'd have a little more money in my pocket to play with. So I got to put that back in the box and put it away. So that was 20 bucks, right? So four signs at $5 each. And he also, somebody turned this in for scrap. Oh. It's a Honda engine. It's got an upshift pattern. I don't know if you guys recognize it. I'm not sure if it's a 50 or a 70, but the shifter is good. It's not welded on. It's on the shaft properly. The Kickstarter too, not welded on. It's on the shaft properly. It still has the rubber things on it. This was 10 bucks. Came with the chain, obviously. Sprocket's about half done. I brought that one in also just to get it out of the rain. So I paid 10 bucks for it. Looks like, quite honestly, the cases look good. I'm not quite sure if you try to turn it over. It appears to be seized. From the looks of the rings, these are all stuck. So I'm not sure what great shape the internals are, but for those of us who have to buy these parts, you very quickly realize that the shifter is 10 to 15 bucks, and the Kickstarter's another 15 to 25 bucks, depending on where you get it and get it delivered. So for $10, I got an easy $35-40 worth of parts. So that's why I picked it up. It appears as if the outside cover is good. I don't know if the clutch is good. This cover, finding one with this cover in good shape is also kind of hard to do. So the Honda motor was a nice deal. Something to add to the parts bins. So the signs and that. The guy who owns the surplus place that I go to, his name is Tim. And I haven't seen Tim in a while, between the Alaska trip, cutting the grass and everything else. It's kind of one of those trips. I spend a lot of time going up there, like in the winter when it's too cold to really do anything. So I'll go up there every other week, every third week in the winter. During the spring and summer, I don't go up there as frequently. Typically, the flea markets are keeping me busy, and other stuff is keeping me busy. So I haven't seen Tim in a while. And I know his wife has been sick. So, you ask, right? How's your wife doing? And he told me that his wife passed. That they went to sleep on one Friday night. And come morning time, he woke up and she didn't. She was gone when he woke up, and checked on her, and it was over. She was done. So she died in her sleep. I guess there are a lot worse ways to go, but it's just strange. Tim is a bit older than I am, probably 15 years. His wife smoked. He said she was diabetic, so I guess she had been battling some health issues for a while. She had just recently retired. I don't think she was retired for 3 years, maybe barely 2 years. She was retired, and it wrapped up. So that's always tough. You hate to hear when somebody dies, when somebody you're close to is hurting because of that. So, as I'm always telling you guys, make sure you enjoy your time. Today is today. Tomorrow is not always a given. Yesterday's a given because it already came and went. But tomorrow, who knows? This rig has a very dead battery to it. You can see the charger is basically down at 0. If I I'm going to turn the charger off. And this is what you got for the battery. Listen. Battery actually sounds pretty good. Well, take that back. And then you'll see it'll go back to charging heavy. I don't know, could you guys see the needle way out there? This is only a 2-cylinder, so it'll turn over. Well, it won't even quite turn over on the battery charger. So I have to throw a battery into this thing to get her fired up. And I don't know, what else do I have going on? This is a short week at work. I only have to work 2 days this week, which is a good thing. 2 11-hour nights. So then I'll be back to playing with the toys again on Friday. What I'd really like to do is, now that I moved this garage along this much, I'd really like to continue the progress. I still have quite a bit to go through, like all that pile up against the wall. Obviously I have to grind through that, but what I want to do is I want to get the backhoe loader in here, back in. I don't like having it out in the weather. Also, if anybody's familiar with those things, all you really need to do is jump the solenoid and turn the diesel over. She would fire up and run, right? You don't need any battery to run a diesel, so it would fire up and run, and somebody could just drive it away. I normally don't have any trouble with security, but still, and all, who needs to have trouble with security and have their toys disappear? So I do want to get that in here, and that's going to go right up against the wall where the Cushman is now. The Cushman is going to go up against that wall, and everything else is either going to find a spot or leave the garage, right? Because we're trying to get this place into decent shape. Underneath here, where the quad was, you guys can see I put a bunch of the rolling carts. When I set this place up, I put almost everything on rolling carts. Some huge advantages to that when it's time to move things around, right? It's really pretty easy, right? I mean, obviously that rolls, they roll. Even that shelf right there, I don't know if you guys could see it, but even this shelf, this whole thing is on wheels. There's quite a bit of weight on it. I'm not sure how well it would roll, but it is on wheels. The wheels have steel inserts like that, but they're Harbor Freight wheels. They claim to be good for 330 or 360 or 390 pounds. I think they mean all 4 of them put together are good for 390 pounds. Individually, I don't think they're good for much more than 100. They really kind of, excuse my French, suck. Alright, I've been babbling for about 14 minutes. So I gotta run. We'll see you guys, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, something like that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you all in the next episode of The Horde. Till then, remember to keep your feet down, your head up, and have some fun. Bye now.